Shalom. I'm Minister Dr. Cynthia Marie Whitley, but I'm not your conventional minister. The name of this podcast is Be Aware. Be aware of your thoughts. Each week, we will review self-realization tips using primarily biblical references through storytelling. We will reflect on our thoughts and become aware. How long will it take for us to stop worrying about what others think of us? Why do so many people have such overwhelming concern about what other people may be thinking about them? Why does it matter? And to what extent should it matter what others think about the direction of your life? Is everyone concerned about the thoughts of others? Today I will give my opinion as I sought the answer to these questions because I want to understand. I want to know where this fits in our spiritual understanding. Just as Harriet Tubman knew in her heart that freedom was a God-given right to all humans, I intuitively believe that we are not to care what others are saying about how we should live our lives, because it denies our right to live and express life freely. I've watched several movies, TV shows, TikTok, and Instagram reels where people are routinely over concerned at one time or the other about what other people say and think of them. Most admit that they know better, but they still let it control their actions in their life. I'm seeking clarity concerning this issue so that I can find my sense of self or align myself with my full self-expression. It is an issue because it stops me from pursuing my dreams beyond my imagination. I do not want to leave this expression as a life unfulfilled because I stayed preoccupied and worried about how the pursuit of my dreams might not be accepted in the eyes of a few. So I've taken the position that I must let go of this concern. I will let it go. Let it go. So although you too may have picked up this need to please others sometime in your youth, it is a practice that it would behoove us to undo because it doesn't serve us well. Stop rehearsing the thoughts that people hold about you. Stop listening and then follow their instructions. It doesn't matter who it is that's trying to control your life. Stop rehearsing the gossip hurled at you and do not participate otherwise. Stop rehearsing the well-meaning criticism and judgments of often well-meaning persons. Let us stop holding on to the judgment fired at us from both haters and those who love us. I know it is fearsome to be judged because judgment has the hint and act of condemnation and death from the beginning of times. This is because over the centuries, many have created decrees and atrocities in the name of their truth. In truth, no one has the authority to judge another, although systems have been created for the sole purpose of control. Have you not read Isaiah 2:22? Put no more trust in man who has only the breath of life. The New International Version says, stop trusting in mere humans. The Farrar Fenton translation says, trust not in man with his passionate or impulsive or intense breath. To what good can he plan for himself? In other words, how can we honor the word of someone who hasn't taken the time to get aligned with his or her higher self? How can they give sound direction? A Course in Miracles says that we should reserve awe only for the Holy Spirit within. In a man-to-man capacity, it is out of order and not appropriate to bow down to another. We are all equals as human beings. This bowing down to other men, women, is a learned habit from old, which was and still is forced by powerful energies powering over the weak in relationships. Fully recognize that some would bow out of respect, but even with this, we must be careful of our reverence. First, with our parents, teachers, and neighbors, and then with the larger societal members at large. It all began with the desire to control and, in some cases, just mere protection, like a parent expecting certain good and obedient behavior from a child. No person is meant to be controlled by another, whether through words or through physical force. Each person was created free, and bowing down is a sin to the self. It may come off as rebellious, especially by a child, but in most cases, they are only trying to follow their will and desire of their heart. Just remember, it's impossible to please everyone, and it is not our job to do so. The ability to please oneself is possible because each individual in their heart knows what direction their hearts want to go. If they seek to follow their heart's desire from a young age, they will face discipline that they term unfair. When they rebel, it is because they don't want to conform to the wishes of authority, even if it is their parents and leaders among society. Often we make our children and conform them to our wishes, disabling them to accept themselves and develop a spiritual balance according to Cian de Rohan in The Right Use of Will. According to Abraham Hicks, each person's joy comes from their alignment with their higher self. But how many people have taken the time to align with their higher selves? Most individuals are not in tune with who they really are or their higher selves. So they don't know what they want and what would genuinely please them. I argue that even though there are those who use force to get what it seems like they want, they aren't aligned with their higher source either. Begin to know that their opinions are not the deciding force. The highest source of opinion is the God in you, according to Abraham Hicks. Remember the saying, sticks and stones may hurt my bones, but words will never hurt me? Well, that is conditional. The only way this could be true is if the individual that is on the receiving end of the mean and hurtful words is in tune with the highest self within him or herself, enabling them to let it go. So rise up, or be aware of your thoughts of inferiority. Be aware when you are holding someone else's opinion higher than your own. Be aware when you are holding another individual in awe, and stop. If you can't escape their opinion quickly, repel it as soon as you realize that its subtle head has raised its hoary head. Escape by either not listening, reading spiritual self-help, or holy writing, rather than staying in the company of naysayers. You know when you have fallen into negative vibrations or ill talk because it causes your feelings to change. You are taken out of your alignment with the source within you when you meet up or are raised by those that are forever criticizing you or dictating the direction of your life. You disagree with their vibration when your heart doesn't agree, and you should. No one owns you. You must be aware of your yearnings and higher self. No one is going to save you from the judgment of others. No one is going to help you find your spiritual balance. You must save yourself. We are responsible for living our life according to our deepest desire. Only we and the Creator know what that is. We are our own saviors. Until we get this, we will be at the mercy of others. Peace and shalom. Shalom, everybody. Thank you for listening and watching if you're on my YouTube channel. For the next 3 weeks, we will have guests on Be Aware. Be aware of your thoughts. All the guests are special. In January, we will have another special guest, and her name is Jocelyn Herman Saccio. She's a master life coach in the art of being unmessable with. I can't wait. Peace and shalom. Shalom. If you're like me, you're never tired of learning and listening. I know I'm not. And I've written books on the topic of self-realization. Just go to Gershona Cynthia Whitley on Amazon.com. You'll find journals there also. Have fun learning.